Welcome, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. So we are making waves, baby. All right. So we are just going to go in. So I feel guided to do more of these evolutionary tales, right? Because that's just how it be out there. So we're going to tap in, turn on, tune in. The secret of the ooze. The mutants appear, but they're not so tough. That's right. They're not so tough, which is why, like, people that want to make themselves your enemies and things like that, or people that want to evil eye, or, people that want to, like, plot on you, or whatever the case may be, when people don't make good use of their own personal time, right? And they want to all act all a certain type of way and and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, look, the secret of the ooze, they're not so tough, right? Toka picks up Donatello like a used garbage bag and sends him flying through the air like, whoa, okay. He crashes into a small tool shed a distance away. Shaking it off, Don sits up in the rubble to find Professor Perry bound and gagged in a chair. The professor's eyes widen at sight of the Ninja Turtle, right? So some of your, I feel like it's like being on, like, the way that I'm being shown, right, in my mind. It's like if you have teammates and you're all out on the battlefield and you're like all battling different kind of opponents or enemies or whatever the case, people trying to come at you. It's not that you're about that life, it's that people are trying to come at you. You get what I'm saying? And some of your friends, some of your teammates are getting beat. Right? So it's just like suddenly an entire wall of the junkyard building comes crashing down, revealing Toka and Razar dressed in funky ninja armor. The turtles pause to take note. Didn't I see these guys on WrestleMania? Offers Michelangelo. So it's like, when I get there, it's like you got actors in this world, right? People acting, right? People acting like they're about something. And, so there's a lot of things coming into how can I say, full view. Right, the turtles free themselves from the net, and I feel like that's like internet too, right? And yet another foot fight begins. Right? It's a rather one-sided contest, with our heroes easily dispatching foot attackers left and right, using not only their weapons but scrap junkyard items as well. So it's like left and right. It's like like wiffle bat, right? But look at, so they feel triumphant. So that could be the energy too that you're transmuting to this false sense of victory, because maybe things are not exactly how you desire them to be, or want them to be, or need them to be, to see, like, when will something occur, like, it's not up to you unless it's in your face. You get what I mean? Where you're bringing karma to somebody like instantly because they want to be all up in your face, like, try me, ho, right? So, right, but it's that shouldn't be on your mind, right? How they're gonna get theirs in that kind of way, splinter over time, right? It's a steady arrow, right? So the shredder, gloating before the netted turtles, glances off to the side, and from out of the ground a bed of deadly ninja spikes begins to rise. They cover a fairly large area directly in front of Raphael's stake. At the same time, the crane arm from which the turtles are suspended begins to swing them closer to the spikes, right? So it's like being out there, right? And look at, it's a steady arrow right here, right? So Just before the turtle's filled net reaches the bed of spikes, an arrow whizzes through the air. So, right, and this is like air quality. So I feel like this is that. I feel like Mercury is showing up here again. Mercury's retrograding, right? We're revisiting, we're regrouping, we're recalibrating, we're refocusing, we are reinventing, we are going in for our win, right? That's the only way to break through. You gotta break through, and until you break through, that's like the arrow going through, right? It's just like, okay, right? So at this, right, so an arrow whizzes through the air, right? Mercury retrograde whizzes through the air, severing the rope suspending the net from the crane, and our heroes fall safely to the ground. Atop the smallest mountain of junk is Splinter, holding his bow and wearing a quiver full of arrows. Cowabunga, he mutters to himself, right? So you're ready for action, right? You're ready for action, for triumphant action. And you're doing this and you're taking the necessary steps to bring forth to yourself that which you desire to receive. You know what I mean? Mysterious green ooze. But I feel like there's also like a green heart. Mysterious, what is this thing that I feel? It's feelings too, surreal. It's like, what do I feel? Heart chakra openings for real. And so that might surprise some of you at the amount of compassion, love, forgiveness, and peace you can truly exude from your entire being, right? But you gotta let it out. You gotta break in order to go through. You gotta break through, right? It's a breakthrough moment for you. Mysterious green. In his lab, Professor Perry removes a canister of green ooze and marks it disposed, right? But before he can return to his chemistry equipment, a pair of black gloved hands suddenly grabs him from behind. One covers his mouth. The other reaches out and yanks the canister from the professor's hand, right? So that too, like, so there might be some things that are coming out, or secrecy, or hidden stuff, thievery I hear too. I don't want to say that, but that, like, people trying to take that which you work on and mark it off as themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of that kind of phony baloney kind of stuff here. You hear it like on in social media land, in all lands, people speaking the same motherfudging lingo. Like, it's like you turn to one person doing a video and you turn to another person doing a video, and it's like if they both watched each other's videos or something, and because they're saying the same thing, and then they'll say that's to show you coincidence and stuff. It's just like this Mandela effect. Like, what makes you think that a mindfuck game can't be being played on you in every kind of way, and all realities exist at the same time, because it's made to appear that way, so that way you can lose your fucking mind, right? Their latest mission. So the latest mission. On the rooftop of the TGRI building, the turtles make a soft landing and take their bearings. Not much to this place, whispers Donatello, but Leonardo is worried. Keep on your toes. It doesn't look like there's any night security, but we better move in quietly. So I feel like too, this is like the hermit zone. We're in winter. Winter here, it's like misleading about the new year. How can a new flourishing season of blossom be in a barren time of season, right? So it just doesn't even make sense. So, right, we're in a barren season and asked to flourish. Make it make sense, right? So this hermiting, right, it's essential for your own. Wait, I'm making some waves. I need a sip. Right? And so it is wisest for you to do this at this time, right? So it's wise to go within for your win. You gotta go in for your win. You gotta go in for your wins. You gotta go in, in for your wins, for your wins, in. You gotta go in for your win. You gotta go in for your win. Loyal companions. 16, Mark 7, right? Luna and Artemis are the last hope of Queen Serenity, right? You are the last hope for peace, kumbaya, and serenity. I know it sounds like mission impossible, but I am possible, right? They are entrusted in keeping the Empyrean silver crystal and the crescent moon wand out of the clutches of the Negaverse. They are also sworn to protect Princess Serena, right? So cats too, right? Animals, right? Opening your connection with our animal kingdom. Like, you know, if you are tuning into me and you've been tuning into me for a while, then you know my connection with the animal kingdom and how much I try to share it with you all, because I get emotional talking about it. But you know, I spend daily quantum time with animals. I'm gonna kick this animal's ass over here right now. You better not have. Hold up. Okay. She didn't. But so your connection with the animal kingdom, wildlife, can be growing. Like, I find it to be so therapeutic for me, spending time with wildlife and animals and out in nature and stuff like that. It's a big part of my own personal self-care and therapy. I highly recommend for all. Like, you know, my 40 plus years of life, like it's necessary to tap in, turn on, tune in, and it's an honor to have the animal kingdom love you. I love being loved by these creatures. Oh my gosh, and then I look over and then I see this, right? I love this connection. So you might be having this connection with the animal kingdoms in new ways that might even be shocking to you. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I liked animals like this. Or, oh my gosh, like, I feel connected to this creature. Oh my gosh, I go here and I see this animal here. Or I read this here and then this animal here. So you know, and making, I'm going to talk about my earliest. I've been connected with animals since a little girl, and you know, in the land of our own imaginations and things like that. I'm gonna do a YouTube video sharing with a lot of these experiences, but for you to hopefully find it relatable, and maybe you'll be like, oh my gosh, me too, and you have your own version of that too. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah. So Queen Beryl has been defeated. So here we go again, another message about the enemies, frenemies, or the people that set out to be against you. Like, it's, you don't wake up with I want to be against the world or people and these things. These are reactions or responses to how you're being treated or casted out and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And it's finding your equilibrium in all of that, and not being the same kind of monster that this world can be, especially towards you. You're the elixir, you're the transformer, you're the transcriber of this chaos, this mess, and you have to first make sense of it within yourself. And it may seem like a lot of pressure, and it might seem like a lot of responsibility, but you are equipped for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So Queen Beryl has been defeated, and the scouts are all back to living normal lives with no memory of their secret identities. And that's like you now, like, you're awakening to your powers, like, wow, right? So now once again, evil creatures are attacking people. Luna must reactivate Sailor Moon using the lunar mind meld, right? So our connection with wildlife opens us up even more so to the sacred being that we are all one, right? Like, I intuitively speak with animals, children, people. We do it all the time. and how insanely intense it gets for me sometimes. I freak myself out. I'm like, whoa, that was like almost in your head, like you were in your head kind of thing, you know? And so even in our dreams, right, you might think of an animal and then see it, or see a picture of it, or have a dream with it and then see a ad for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just this connection that we have, right? And the connection that we're going to keep on making. So there might be something you're fighting for or fighting against, right? Or people might be against something that you want or have, right? In a volcanic rage. We'll continue this one because I'm going to go. Right? There's a lot of deep stories up in here in this evolution. In a volcanic rage, Triton goes after Ariel and finds her in her grotto. At first, he tries to reason with her. I consider myself a reasonable merman, he says. But he's convinced all humans are dangerous and bad. Right? And so there's people that really have your back and want to protect you and only have your best interest at heart. But don't let that hinder you either. Because not everybody's best interest for you is what is good for you. You know what I'm saying? And just because it's what's good for the gander, what's good for the goose is not necessarily what's good for the gander, right? That's the quote and stuff. So, you know, because there's so much to celebrate. Like, and then I'm looking down at this, and it's like Sebastian winds up for a grand finale, sure that he's convinced Ariel to stay where it's hotter under the water. Every fin and flipper flaps with applause as he turns to Ariel, but she's gone again. Oh, somebody got to nail that girl's fin to the floor, he mutters. Right? So you might have disappeared from who's watching you. So you might be of interest to certain kind of groups of people that might watch. And let's say you have a social media presence or something like that, or, you know, it just doesn't have to be social media. I'm just saying social media. It could be like, you know, you are the top dog. I don't even like using words like that, but I'm just saying, like, in your field of work, career, space, county, fucking state, planet that you live on, dimension, wherever, you are seen, you are known, you are revered, you are liked, you are looked for, you know. It's like, you know, I work a lot with kids and stuff like that, and they all look for me, and if they don't see me, they want to know where I am, right? So it's like that, like, people look for you, look to see you, so they don't hear from you. It's like on social media with me, you know, you never know who you're influencing, who's paying attention. Like, if I don't post for like 2 days straight, I have people that'll message and say, hey, is everything okay? I'm recording. Hey, is everything okay? Right? So you know, you might have that too. So, and then what I was talking about, like in this hermit zone and stuff like that, right? So so you might be keeping it private. Yeah, keeping it private. Good. Right? Everyone on the ocean floor joins the act. So there might be people too, right? So there's people switching up and changing sides as well. That's what I hear, right? People are switching up and changing sides, and some people that were maybe not for you before might be for you now. Something like that too, I'm hearing, and stuff like that, because you're getting your voice back, and it's unmistakable. Like, you can't fake authentic. You can't. Your authenticity can't be called fake. It's like, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Right? But this bitch be trying to have you in a fucking chokehold and shit. But no, I activate, right? I activate. I sing, I say, I do, I act, I am. Arrow reaches the ship and climbs aboard, nearly fainting, battered by the army of birds and beasts. Vanessa drops the shell, holding Ariel's voice, and it returns to its rightful owner. As Ariel sings, Eric's trance is broken. Recognizing Ariel at last, he kisses her. Go on and kiss the girl. So someone may have been shy about making a move on you too, in some kind of way, opening up in some kind of way, but right? All right, so till next time, that was our evolutionary update. Let me know how you like it in the comments and stuff like that. Thank you for showing so much love. Till next time.